Memory-based. Questions at 41 to 60. A local automobile dealer offers to pass leads to you as a registered insurance broker when cars are sold to customers who require automobile insurance. In return, the customer wants the premium for their spouse's car automobile insurance to be reduced. How would you respond to this request under RIBO regulations? I can certainly reduce the premium up to the amount of the commission to a person who is not listed under Ontario Regulation 991, Section 15, 12. Under RIBO regulations, I can pay you a referral fee equal to the first year's premium only, but cannot directly reduce the premium of your spouse's car automobile insurance for the subsequent years. Under RIBO regulations, I am prohibited from paying a finder's fee to a person who is not licensed or registered as a general insurance intermediary, or who is not listed under Ontario Regulation 991, Section 15, 12. Under RIBO regulations, I cannot directly reduce the premium of your spouse's car automobile insurance, but I can give your spouse a free home security system instead. Answer C. Under RIBO regulations, I am prohibited from paying a finder's fee to a person who is not licensed or registered as a general insurance intermediary, or who is not listed under Ontario Regulation 991, Section 15, 12. Every insurance policy provides for termination of a policy by either the insurer or by the insured. When will cancellation take effect if the insured person wishes to cancel a policy? On the date the policy or lost policy voucher is signed off by the insured. 30 days after receipt of a registered letter requesting cancellation. 10 days after a written request has been delivered to the insurer. As soon as the insured receives payment of any return premium due. Answer A. On the date the policy or lost policy voucher is signed off by the insured. What is the definition of deductible? It is a specified amount to be subtracted from the amount of an insured loss and assumed by the insured. It is a variable amount by which a property claim is reduced to reflect the age of the damaged property. It is a stated percentage of its value to which a property must be insured. Otherwise, the insured must assume the loss. It is an agreed specified sum above which claims are paid in full, but below which no payments are made. Answer A. It is a specified amount to be subtracted from the amount of an insured loss and assumed by the insured. Your insureds occupy a single-family detached dwelling. For economic reasons, they are considering renting the finished basement to a tenant. What effect will this have on their homeowner's policy? None at all. Renting part of a dwelling is not considered a commercial activity. They will have to install a smoke detector in the basement, and the policy will then be in full force. The policy will have to be canceled and reissued on a secondary dwelling form. The policy must be endorsed to declare it is no longer a single family, owner-occupied dwelling. Answer D. The policy must be endorsed to declare it is no longer a single family, owner-occupied dwelling. A building worth $100,000 is insured for $60,000 under a policy with a 90% co-insurance clause. Fire damages the building to the extent of $93,000. How much would the insurer pay? $48,000, $50,000, $60,000, $62,000. Answer C. $60,000. RIBO bylaw. Number 3 outlines the requirements relating to the application for a certificate of registration and information changes. Which change must be reported to RIBO? A promotion within the office with a significant annual pay raise. A change in their earnings irrespective of any promotion within the office. A change in employment from one brokerage to another. If they commence to write commercial lines insurance. Answer C. A change in employment from one brokerage to another. Income replacement. Benefits under Section 4. Accident benefits coverage of OAP. 1. Owner's policy are available to only which claimant, as of the date of accident, an insured whose gross income is $400 per week and who was employed for 20 of the 52 weeks before the accident. An insured on pregnancy leave from temporary employment, but intends to continue with the same job after the pregnancy. Leave. An insured whose gross income is $500 per week and who has a group benefit plan that will pay $400 a week starting after 7 days. An insured laid off work who has a written contract that was made before the accident to start a new job within 1 year. Answer: B. An insured laid off work who has a written contract that was made before the accident to start a new job within 1 year. Which of the following is not a generally accepted practice for dealing with risk? Ignoring the risk, controlling the risk, transferring the risk, avoiding the risk. Answer: A. Ignoring the risk. A basic fire policy will automatically cover all of the following except one. What is the exception? A trustee in a bankruptcy. The heir to property after the death of the original insured. The spouse of the named insured and who is named in the policy. The purchaser of a building after the building has been transferred from the original insured. Answer: D. The purchaser of a building after the building has been transferred from the original insured. Who would not be considered to have insurable interest? The owner of a home. A mortgagee of the property. The owner of a building that is totally rented to others. A person who expects to inherit property after their father's death. Answer: D. A person who expects to inherit property after their father's death. Under most property insurance policies, the policy territory includes which of the following? Only the United States, the United States, its territories and possessions, and Canada. The United States, Canada, and Mexico, all of North America and Europe. Answer: B. The United States, its territories and possessions, and Canada. Treaty reinsurance exists when companies have standard agreements to share particular classifications of risk, and therefore need not discuss each risk. Individually, companies reinsure very large risks and need to discuss specific details of each reinsurance policy. There is an equal division of risk and premium between the insurers. 1. Insurer pays up to a certain agreed-upon amount in the event of a loss, and the second insurer pays all values over and above that agreed-to amount. Answer: A. Companies have standard agreements to share particular classifications of risk, and therefore need not discuss each risk individually. A reinsurer who is taking on a portion of a risk that has already been reinsured is sometimes called a cessionaire, a retrocessionaire, a retro-insurer, a cession. Answer: B. A retrocessionaire. Which amount must be established when there is a co-insurance clause in a replacement cost policy? The actual cash value of the property, the replacement cost of the property, the amount which could be obtained for the property in a sale, the original cost of the property. Answer: B. The replacement cost of the property. Insurance contracts require 3 additional elements to make an insurance contract enforceable at law. Which of the following is not one of these additional elements? Insurable interest, an unconditional agreement, utmost good faith, indemnity. Answer: B. An unconditional agreement. A contract which is against public policy is unenforceable and void. Is uninsurable. Requires approval of the Superintendent of the Financial Services Commission of Ontario. Must contain all 5 elements of common law contracts to be enforceable at law. Answer A. Is unenforceable and void. The Insurance Act states that a fire policy must include 3 which are fire, theft and vandalism, fire, lightning, and limited explosion. Fire, explosion and smoke damage. Fire, lightning and smoke damage. Answer: B. Fire, lightning and limited explosion. Which of the following does not have the legal capacity to contract? Sonia Sutter, Sonia's Sports Center, Mike's Fishing Supplies and Skating Stores, Friendly Insurance Brokers Ltd., Norma's Garden Center Inc. Answer: B. Mike's Fishing Supplies and Skating Stores. Which of the following is not an element required to be present to make all contracts enforceable at law? Consideration. Legal capacity of all parties to the contract. The object of the contract must be legal. Utmost good faith between all parties. Answer D. Utmost good faith between all parties. Indemnity is replacing a damaged item with a new one. Is paying cash for the loss. Insures an insured neither gains nor loses from an insured loss. Is sharing the losses of a few among many. Answer C. Insures an insured neither gains nor loses from an insured loss.